There was a woman named Mira who hadn't smiled in what felt like years. Life had been loud once, full of love, laughter, and family. But time, like an invisible storm, had quietly taken those colors away. Now, every day after work, Mira walked through the park and sat on a quiet wooden bench under a large old tree. She never spoke to anyone. She just watched the leaves move and listened to the wind. Because the wind never judged and the tree never left. One day, a small, scruffy dog with golden ears sat next to her. No collar, no bark, just sat there. Mira looked at him, surprised. "You lost too?" she whispered. The dog wagged his tail gently. For 7 days, he came back. Each time, he sat quietly beside her, as if he knew her pain, as if he had some of his own too. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. For 7 days, he came back. Each time, he sat quietly beside her as if he knew her pain, as if he had some of his own too. On the 8th day, Mira brought a small sandwich. She tore it in half and shared it. "You can stay," she said softly. "I don't have much, but I have a heart that's tired of being alone." The dog placed his head gently on her lap. For the first time in a long while, Mira cried. Not because she was broken, but because something inside her was waking up again. Healing didn't come in a sudden light. It came slowly, through quiet mornings, warm fur, and unspoken trust. And every day after, the bench under the old tree wasn't a place for sorrow anymore. It became a place where a heart was gently stitched back together by something as simple and pure as love. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. For 14 years, Pultu never left her side. Where she sat, he sat. Where she slept, he curled beside her. And when she left the house, he waited, right at the door, every single time until she came home. People would say, "He's just a dog." But to her, he was the only one who never walked away when the world did. During the hardest years, when her heart was broken and her spirit felt tired, she would come home and find Pultu there, tail wagging, eyes full of love. Like nothing in the world could ever break them. He never needed words. He never judged her tears. He just stayed. One night, after a heavy day, she sank to the floor by the door, tired, lost, numb, and Pultu, without hesitation, rested his head on her lap. His soft breathing became a rhythm that slowed her own. His warmth became her anchor. And in that stillness, she whispered, "You're the reason I come home. You're the reason I still believe I'm worth something." Sometimes healing doesn't come in hospitals or therapy rooms. Sometimes it comes in the form of pause, patience, and the kind of loyalty this world can't understand. Pultu never asked for anything except to be with her, and maybe that's the kind of love that saves us the most. Sometimes healing doesn't come in hospitals or therapy rooms. Sometimes it comes in the form of pause, patience, and the kind of loyalty this world can't understand. Maya hadn't opened her curtains in weeks. The room was dim, silent, and filled with the weight of memories. She felt like a ghost in her own home, just moving, not living. But one rainy afternoon, something unusual happened. There was a soft scratching at the window, then a flash of orange fur. Maya hesitated, and then opened the curtain just a little. Outside sat a drenched orange cat, fluffy, wide-eyed, and staring directly at her like he had something important to say. She opened the window. He jumped in, shook the rain off his whiskers, and without asking permission, curled up on her bed like he'd been there 100 times before. She named him Orange Whisker. Day by day, things changed. Maya began to get out of bed to feed him. Then she opened the windows again. She even laughed one morning when he knocked over a plant with his dramatic tail flick. Orange Whisker never asked her to heal. He just stayed, quiet, warm, and real. He sat beside her during thunderstorms and rubbed his head against her cheek when the tears came quietly. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. It wasn't fast and it wasn't perfect, but little by little, Maya began to come back to life, one paw print at a time. Because sometimes healing isn't a big breakthrough, it's a tiny, furry interruption that teaches you how to feel again.